In what is becoming something of an annual tradition, a yearly annual tradition, if you will, Uber is shuttering their office in downtown Los Angeles, and they will be laying off about 80 people. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here and you happen to really like this video, please do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification and share this video if you like it, because, you know, we upload videos on a near daily basis, and, well, we upload news, commentary, editorials, interviews, podcasts, premieres, live streams, all that jazz, and you will want to be notified of when those videos come up. So we've got this story where, I hate to say it, Uber is laying off more people. And I know some people who watch my channel don't feel particularly sorry for Uber employees, because after all, Uber drivers have been getting a very, very raw deal for a long time. And I can understand why it's tempting to think of Uber employees as the bad guys. I want to reiterate, though, that employees are simply that. They're employees. They wanted a job just like anyone else. They got on this job. Yeah, they got some stock options. Yeah, they got some benefits that drivers didn't get. And yeah, I think the driver should have gotten all that too, but that's not their fault. They applied for this job, and they are just taking what they were given. And as anyone who has been deactivated by Uber know, losing your job is never fun. Heck, some of you probably lost real jobs, and it stings. Now, before we get too far into this, though, I do want to take a moment to pause and to take a side thing to say hello to Albert, who I actually met at the movie theater tonight. Me and my wife went to see Birds of Prey in IMAX. We actually liked it quite a bit, and he recognized me afterwards, and he introduced himself and his sister. Apparently they're going to go see Birds of Prey. Hopefully you guys enjoy the movie, and so I just wanted to give that shout out. It was nice talking to you, Albert. But now let's get on with this somber news. Well, I don't know, maybe somber is a strong word, but this is not good news. So anyway, according to Reuters, Uber Technologies Inc. said late on Tuesday that it was closing its office in downtown Los Angeles, where the ride-hailing company had employed customer support staff. The move was reported earlier by the LA Times newspaper, which also added that the step will result in the elimination of about 80 jobs. Quote, in order to focus our footprint on larger center excellence locations, we are closing the Uber offices in downtown Los Angeles, an Uber spokesperson said in an emailed statement. And that's pretty much it. No grander excuse, no letter from Dara Khosrowshahi explaining about how, you know, the company is focused and it's expanding. This is not a sign that they're in trouble. It's just something that needs to happen because they need to tighten their focus. It kind of almost, it almost reminds, you know, I'm not even going to say it because, yeah, I'm just not going to say it. But yeah, we've been through this before, and it's kind of interesting to see Uber basically not even pretending that this is like a unique thing anymore. Just, hey, in order to focus our footprint on larger center of excellent locations, we are closing the Uber office in downtown Los Angeles. So, yeah, but we all know what this is really about. What this is really about, of course, is that Uber is still hemorrhaging money, and in fact, they are drowning. I mean, it's actually fascinating because Uber actually got a little bit of a pass by the shareholders. They most fairly recently, a few weeks ago, maybe it wasn't even a few weeks ago, maybe it was just like a couple weeks ago, like time sure does, you almost lose all concept of time when you're in this box, if you will. But yeah, Uber reported another quarterly loss, but they have promised that they will be profitable by the end of the year, which rallied the stock a little bit. So they raised some money, but the stock's going to go down again. So what does Uber do? Well, they have to lay off more people. I think only by laying off people and taking more from the drivers in states that aren't California and New York will Uber finally start to show a profit. However, they're still hemorrhaging a little over $1 billion most quarters. In fact, they are on track to lose $4 billion, at least on paper. Now, we've talked about how they're planning on getting to profitability. Basically, it has something to do with the EBITDA system that they have, EBITDA, which can be deceptive, and we have other videos about that. But I anticipate more layoffs, especially since, here's the interesting thing. It's customer service. I'm not sure what customer service is for. It doesn't necessarily specify whether it's the rider customer service or the driver customer service or both. If it's the driver customer service, it's yet another slap in the face that Uber doesn't care about the drivers. If it's a rider, well, that's probably not a wise thing to do business-wise. Especially, it comes at an odd time because it comes at the time where Uber is introducing the 1-800 number that people who don't have the app can call Uber. I didn't talk about this because I thought there were more pressing matters to discuss, but I might as well bring it up here. Uber is introducing a new number. It's going to be a 1-800 number where if you don't have the app, you can actually call an Uber. Essentially, Uber has become a taxi service, but how do you use a 1-800 number? Well, you dial it on a phone or a cell phone, if you will, and you talk to an actual human being. So part of me wonders if these layoffs are because basically they have to add some call centers to pick up on these people who are calling for Ubers over the phone. And as a result, they can't hire as many people, so they got to fire someone. So they might as well fire the customer service people because they've already gutted their marketing department. Their engineers, they let a lot of them go a long time ago. God forbid they actually spend less money on their driverless cars initiative. God forbid they do any of that. But no, they're going to take it out on the customer service people. And here's where I think Uber drivers can probably have a little bit of sympathy for what's going on. Because the engineers, the customer service people, these are the working class people. And in some cases they don't have college degrees, but they're really good at this particular job, and they got their a job at a company, and they probably got paid better than minimum wage. They got good benefits and stuff, and they were unceremoniously cut, laid off, tossed aside. I think Uber drivers, especially ones who started at like $2.50 a mile, can definitely understand what it's like to basically be discarded by this company. And I mean, oh heck, I think if Uber could automate the people, they would totally automate the people. Every company would, I know that. And that's where we're going to leave this one. Again, I think this is a sign that Uber continues to drown. The stock did get a little bit of a hike. It will probably continue to go up a little bit too, because again, I've told you, Dara Khosrowshahi, he has promised that they will be profitable by the end of the year. I don't think they will be, but hey, that's like putting his job on the line. He's giving his word, so the investors are, they're hopeful, and they see things like this. Unfortunately, this is probably going to help the stock, because stockholders see stories like this, and they're like, oh, great, they're saving money. Like, you can save a lot of money when you fire 80 people and shutter a Los Angeles office where rent is insanely expensive. I wouldn't be too surprised if Uber also moved out of San Francisco and moved to a cheaper state to show they could, save a few $1 million. But anyway, this is all about saving money. It's not about doing better at any particular job. It's not about focusing on anything. It's just because Uber is running out of cash and they know it. They just don't want to admit it. But anyway, that's where we are going to end this video. So thank you for watching. And what do you think about this? Why do you think Uber is doing this? Do you think Uber is doing this for strategic reasons? Do you think that they are going to, as they said, this is amazing. They are doing this in order to focus their footprint on larger center of excellence locations? I probably should have made more of that response in this video, but it's so stupid I'm at a loss for words. Do you think that's the reason? Do you think they're just drowning, or I don't know? What do you think is going on? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.